Here we go. I'll be in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada this weekend at the Levity Comedy Club. Be there. Get your tickets at harlandwilliams.com. And look at this. Our 100,000 subscriber plaque is making its rounds. There's a fan with a beer and his beautiful dog. And it's just getting all over the country. And there it is again. So be sure to subscribe and let's get on with the show.
What a treat.
Cookie Monster?
I guess.
Going through his transitional surgery?
Did any of the Sesame Street characters transition, do you know?
Careful. Yeah.
Did they? Yeah. Which ones?
Elmo, Grover, Big Bird, Oscar, and Linda, the deaf woman.
Oh, really? So now she can hear? Is that how, I mean, that would be a transition for her.
It would be. Can you imagine if halfway through Sesame Street, she just all of a sudden got her hearing back?
And what if she got AIDS? Hearing aids.
Ooh, saved it. This episode is brought to you by Huh and What?
Wait. If Cookie Monster transition,
I'm with you.
Does that mean he goes to crackers? Like, how does he
Ooh,
transition?
from cookie to crackers.
You're riding down the Harland Highway.
All right, hold tight on the Harland Highway Show.
Harland Williams.
Here we go, baby.
Done there, guy? I mean, how many pizzas do you got to order? God.
Hey, dude, Burger King said I could have it my way, so.
No way. My priest said that when I was 14. Whoa.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right. Wait. Will we?
Oh, too soon.
Maybe we don't want to be right back.
Maybe we don't. Maybe some people want to keep it right here.
God. Oh, do you want the AC on? Is it too hot?
I'm okay. I mean, would it fuck
It's
with the
probably
audio?
going to heat up because when me and you get together, bro,
Dude, get out of the kitchen.
it gets hot. I'm going to turn the AC on.
That might be a good move.
Do you podcast at all?
What?
Can you hold down the podcast
Yeah.
while I go do the AC?
Go.
Are you
I got
sure?
it. Yep.
You got it? You got my back, bro?
Get the fuck out of here, dude. I got it.
God.
So, guys, when I was 10, I met this guy named Colonel Sanders, and he said he had the recipe to popcorn chicken. I don't know what that meant, but I said, I want to see what this is all about. I've also never been in a van without windows. So we're driving to the circus, and that's when I lost my virginity. Oh, hey, and Harland's back.
Hey, what's up,
here
buddy?
we go. Just telling him about how the KFC fuck bucket came to be.
Oh, yeah?
Remember that joke?
Oh, yeah.
That's a Harland standard.
What a treat.
Cookie Monster?
I guess.
Going through his transitional surgery?
Did any of the
You do impressions.
of Cookie Monster? Did any of the Sesame Street characters transition, do you know?
Careful. Yeah.
Did they? Which ones?
Elmo, Grover, Big Bird, Oscar, and Linda, the deaf woman.
Oh, really? So now she can hear? Is that how, I mean, that would be a transition for her.
It would be. Can you imagine if halfway through Sesame Street, she just all of a sudden got her hearing back?
Wow.
Just to teach kids, like, you never know what can happen. And you're like, what a weird way to teach that lesson.
And what if she got AIDS? Hearing aids.
Ooh, saved it. This episode is brought to you by Huh and What?
Wait. If Cookie Monster transition,
I'm with you.
Does that mean he goes to crackers? Like, how does
Ooh,
he
from
transition?
cookie to crackers.
Like, how? Like, that's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like, how do they transition?
Because he doesn't have a penis, right?
Well, he's a monster. Do monsters have penises? Like,
Dude.
does Godzilla have a wiener?
This is what man has been trying
Wow.
to figure out forever. I think Judy Blume wrote that.
Wow, Judy Blume?
Does Godzilla have a wiener?
Oh, wow. I think, was she the one who invented that thing at the Outback Steakhouse?
The Bloom and Onion?
Yeah.
Probably.
Wow, Bloom. But you got to figure, where did all that anger come from Godzilla?
Oh, yeah.
To blow like liquid blue fire and that stupid semi
What happened to
fey
him?
growl? Like,
Yeah.
how does his growl go? It's like,
It's
like,
yeah. It was like if Chewbacca fucked a goose.
Yes.
It was like not
Yes, thank you.
aggressive enough, but it was abrasive, but it was
Yeah.
also like more annoying than disruptive.
Chewbacca. Do you think Chewbacca plowed a Canadian goose or just a regular goose?
I think Chewbacca didn't discriminate. I think
Any goose.
Chewbacca.
Did you say Chewbacca? Wow. Dude. Hang on.
How about Juicebacca?
Yeah. How
That's
about
Spock.
you're going to hell? How about that?
Let me finish the bit. That's
Okay.
Spock
Yeah. Oh,
as
yeah.
a rabbi
Yeah.
dressed in a Chewbacca outfit.
Wow. And his ears
Chewbacca.
stick through the fur?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And as he's giving a circumcision, he goes,
Wait.
and that's him gargling on the foreskin.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it sounds.
Here it is. Wait for it. So good, dude.
Better.
When did you know you could do that?
I think the first time I was touched by an Ewok.
Not touched by an angel?
No, touched by an anal, and it was. At least that's what it was in my neighborhood.
Sesame Street?
Could you imagine being like fondled, molested
No.
by an Ewok?
Oh, no. Well, definitely not that. Yeah.
And just when he's touching you, though, he's like, he goes, nub gob, nub, and he keeps saying nub.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then nub yub.
Yeah.
Nub, oh.
I might, yeah, the talking might be more annoying than the molesting.
Yeah, the talking might be the molesting.
Yeah. Don't they have like a kind of a gremlin type?
No, that's
cadence?
what they say. Nub. Everything's nub yub gub nub yup. That's how they talk.
Pornhub, Grubhub.
Pornhub, yeah. Pornhub, nub grub,
Nub grub,
Grubhub,
Grubhub.
nub yub.
Nub stub,
Yeah.
StubHub.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of nubs and stubs.
Nubs and stubs and
To
hubs.
me, that's
Oh my.
I've been mind molested.
Yeah.
You know,
Great band name.
great band. Oh, mind
Mind molested.
molested. What would be one of their songs? Out behind the Denny's dumpster.
Yep. That's probably track 7 on an
Yeah.
album full of 15 tracks.
Hit me with your chlorine tablets. Is that
Nub Grub, StubHub.
nub grub StubHub?
Maybe Ewok City,
Oh yeah.
right?
Take me home to
the
the
Ewok
Ewok City
City
where the girls are stubby and the forest is shitty because we've been shitting all over the forest. Yeah. Wow.
You can take the road, you can take the sky. Ooh, yeah.
And we're helping get out of that bit real quick.
You always do a ooh, yeah when you want to get out of
Yeah,
something.
that's the cue to hit the theme music.
Were we not going at all?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, we were going. Okay.
Oh, hell, we're going,
boy, yeah.
bro. We were going. I got you in it. You're texting at the beginning.
One of the best theme songs. I've
Right.
said it before. I'll say it again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Papa Fatty, yeah.
Papa Dirty Fatty, yeah. Folks, welcome to the Harland Highway Podcast. My guy Adam Ray is here. Is this the third time, buddy?
I think so.
Dude, welcome back, man.
Honored to
Thank
be
you.
here. One of my favorite places to be.
Oh, dude, what a roast beef fucking centimole.
Thank you.
What is a centimole?
As you said it, I tried to decipher if I knew what it was.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's a trick or treat to be here.
Oh, just
Was that the ending of the Blossom theme song
that
there?
was the end
You
right
took
there,
the
yeah.
last riff. That's right, where Joey Lawrence went, whoa.
Oh, wow. Remember Joey Lawrence?
I do. So much so that I brought him up just now.
Yeah.
He had 2 other brothers.
Joey, Blowy,
And Dewey.
Dewey,
From the DuckTales. Imagine being one of 3. What if you had 2 other famous brothers that were in the business?
like the Baldwins.
Yeah. Would you like that? Like Harland, Garland, and Marland.
I don't know. Because what happens inevitably when there's another sibling in it, you sort of get that cross bleeding and they start comparing and
Yeah.
then casting people like, well, we want Alec Baldwin, but we can't afford him, so let's get Billy Baldwin. And then you always sort of feel like if you're not the top sibling, you're always kind of viewed and probably feel like the lower sibling.
Yeah.
Which is a shadow. I don't know if I'd want to live in it.
Nobody does.
And it's like I got into this to do my thing and maybe be rich and famous and all this and that. And now I got to deal with this riffraff hanging on like remora fish on a shark, you know?
Riff Raff. paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Yeah. It's weird.
Billy Baldwin has probably been living in Alec shadows for his whole life.
Yeah.
Something tells me Alec Baldwin was probably who he is from the get-go. I bet even in like 5th grade, he was like going up to teachers being like, I could pleasure you better than your husband.
Wow. Yeah.
I've never tried to do an Alec Baldwin before.
It's great.
It's just always down here.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been touched by an Ewok?
I've been touched by an anal.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right out back.
Oh, nice tie into the onion blossom.
If Outback Steakhouse wants to grab my Dr. Phil character and do a run of commercials, we'll be right out back.
Whoa. Dude, that.
I mean,
wow.
Yeah, I just...
Oh, my God.
Just fucking putting it on the table.
All coming together, and it's all coming unhinged at the same time.
That's what my cleaning lady said.
Whoa. I give the lemon pledge to never repeat that.
Wow. That might be tonight's Doritos joke of the night.
Did you ever have, like, coming up, growing up, or do you now have, like, a side hustle? Is there, like, did you ever have, like, a side job or work in something you didn't necessarily like?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Well, we talked about my days at Universal Studios, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a side hustle. That was a job. But you mean like, I worked at a casting office. I like that. I've been pretty good about not wasting my time on something I don't want to do. At least I want that to. I guess in high school, I had a paper route for a bit. I hated that. That was truly, I needed a job to make money for summertime fun. And
was it an afternoon paper or a morning paper?
Oh, this was,
so you had to be up at 3 a.m.?
3, 4, 5, maybe even 2.
Oh.
And then I had to go get all the papers and then wrap them all up and put them in bags in Seattle rain because it was, just that November Seattle rain, and you had to put them in bags, and then you go and put them on everyone's fucking doorstep. And then I got to a point where my buddy was like, dude, you're going to get impatient. Don't chuck them onto people's lawns because people are up and they see you. And I got to about 3 weeks in and I fucking chucked them. And dude, straight out of a fucking Tom Hanks movie, some guy who was like the curmudgeon in our neighborhood opened the door and I fucking just did that and just threw a fucking raspberry meringue dildo right at his face.
Wow.
And I just hear "Foomf," and I hear damn it, and I go, good morning. I don't know what to say,
Yeah.
And and that was shortly the end of that job because I just was like, getting up early at that age sucked too, and I'm not a morning person still, but
so I had a morning paper route too.
You did.
And I had to get up in the middle of Canadian winter.
Oh, God.
So I'm delivering these things in like 4 feet of snow. This is the days when it snowed more than it does now.
Yeah.
And like you, at first when I got it, I was like, here's your paper. You delicately put it on their doorsteps. Like, I did my job.
Yeah.
And, 5 months in, I'm tossing them. I'm so bored, I'm twirling them up on their plant hangers.
Yeah.
And then the creme de la creme, I used to get my cousin, Mary Pat, to come and do it with me. No word of a lie. It got to the point where I don't know how this benefited me in any way. I would put it on their door, roll it up, and put a firecracker in it.
Why?
I would just blow up my own paper.
Funny.
Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, why not?
Literally, like, boom. And the paper would shred, and we'd run away like they wouldn't know who it was.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Firecrackers are fun, though. You're always looking for a way to infuse them into something else. Ever put one in the neighbor's mailbox? Raise your hand if you've done that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I did one once. I was behind a guy's house. This guy named Paul Timer, right?
Of course.
And when him and his brothers and
Never
sisters,
wore a watch.
he'd walk home, and me and my cousins would be waiting on the other side of the road. There was an apple tree.
Oh, I know where this is going.
All the friends. It's like those missiles flying into Beirut in Israel. We'd just launch apples across the road, and they couldn't even get into their own house. It'd just be like Granny Smith apples.
Granny Smith warfare.
Oh man, it was funny. But I had a side hustle. This is a weird one, but I was, sometimes you got to make the money.
Yeah.
So when I was in college, I worked at Hooters of all
really?
places. Yeah, as one of the waitresses.
Yeah.
I wore the orange shorts, and
That was in a time too where they didn't care how developed you were.
yeah,
They said
but
if you're flat chested or heavily endowed.
it was also the time where Daddy's roast beef was tight, and I called it ripe. They called me Tighty Ripey
Tighty Ripey.
because it was just high and
Yeah.
it had a snap to it. When I walked, you could hear almost like a bit of a.
Yeah, the same sound an Eggo makes when it pops out of the
Exactly. Yeah. And I got into a reverse lawsuit.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm serving the wings. I'm doing the beer. It's Saturday night. Some old timer
Paul Timer?
whacks me. Paul Timer. Yeah.
Just call him by his name.
Yeah.
I know him by now.
Paul Timer. This bastard, he slapped me in the tighty ripey, and it was so tight, his hand slapped back and hit him in his own face.
Darling.
Broke his nose, and I got sued for harassment and physical violence or whatever.
Oh, that's on him. He knew where he was eating. He knew the consequences of a tighty ripey slap.
I'm a tight college boy,
Did they pay well? Or was it like one of those things where it's like you're privileged to work at Hooters?
Hooters, it was all tips. All made money. And because I was tight and ripe at that time, I made really good tips.
Just all tips. And it was all the men giving the tips.
All men. It was like 96% men clientele. Every now and then you'd get a girl in there, and they're coming in probably to keep their eye on their hubby.
Sure.
But then Tighty Ripey walks by, and they're like,
Hey,
their
this is in
whole
God's
thing
hands now.
changes. Yeah, and believe me, I had enough housewives' hands on the ripe melons,
I took my 9-year-old half-brother at the time and 7-year-old half-brother in Arizona.
Why didn't you just put them together and make a whole brother?
Well, if I had ran into a tighty ripey with some sound life advice, there were no male tighty ripeys at this Hooters.
Yeah, okay.
But there was a Hooters nearby, and
what'd you
my
have?
stepbrother, a talking to for my dad for taking children to a Hooters.
Oh, wow.
But also had some celery and some ranch. And a woman walked by with the biggest boobs Hooters would be allowed to house. And I say
Wow.
house because they were that big. One of her boobs was staying in a studio apartment around the corner.
Whoa.
And my half brothers, I just call them my brothers, but I'm giving you the full extent of the story.
Yeah, please.
I don't think had seen boobs other than their mothers.
Right.
I'm willing to assume.
Yeah.
And they couldn't believe where they were. One of them was like this. The other one was like embarrassed and like had his head down. And I had to be like, it's all good. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. And luckily there was not, if there had been, it was midday shift. So it was like, we got the B squad, but also we got the D squad. Let's be honest. We got the double D squad.
Double D, yeah.
But there were only a few, if there was like busy, if there were like, dudes drunk there and I wouldn't have brought them in, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm trying to defend myself right now, but it was midday. But I'm saying there are only a few waitresses there. If it had been Boob City and they were the mayor, that's too much. But it was a couple people were working, and she was, respectable about it. And I also was, I think, at a time where I was a little more free with being like, this will be funny. And one of them, the older one, the 9-year-old, was like, I was like, do you want to go in there? And he was like, yeah. So that's why I was like, this is the cool older brother move.
Yeah, of course.
And then my dad was like, why'd you take him there? And I was like, oh, the celery's good. And that's the last time I saw my dad.
Yeah. So sad. Should there be a thing, though, like when you get beyond, you said these were the biggest ones Hooters had ever seen.
Enormous. She could have rested them on the table.
Yeah.
And we could have put our, the rest of our celery sticks on them.
On them.
Instead, yeah.
Should there be an automatic, how
rule.
Should the sign turn over, like when they get so big, like it just turns from Hooters to Gazongas?
Yes.
Or Johnny's Milk Jugs? Or what? Like, should it just
Let's keep it going. One or
like
the other.
Chick-ching, chick-ching?
The first word I ever heard to describe boobs that weren't boobs
Yeah.
was from my boss when I worked at Albertsons bagging groceries. His name was Dan Boyle. Shout out. Dan Boyle. And he was a classic grade A perv. I mean, this guy was, I think, 76 when he was the GM of Albertsons.
Yeah, it's perv country.
And he had no problem putting hands on backs, fingers in mouths.
Ooh.
No, not that. No, but he was touchy-feely, touchy. He was
Yeah.
Mr. McFeely from
Wow.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future,
Yeah.
and he was Mr. Groper from Three's Company.
Oh, wow.
And
yeah.
he was, he just had no problem puppy dog palling everybody up.
What?
And he was putting paws on Ma's.
Full puppy dog pals?
He was going, dude, and he called boobs fun bags. He
Yeah.
nudges me. I'm in the customer service booth counting money, getting ready to go home. He goes, look at the fun bags over here. And I go, I didn't know what he means, but I just kind of, the way he leaned in and whispered and licked his lips, I go, he can't be talking about the new Diet Dr. Pepper we just got in.
Yeah.
So I look over and lo and behold, here comes that waitress from Hooters
Wow.
coming in with my brother, and they were hooking up. No, no.
Thunder Jugs.
Yeah, but yeah. So what else? Okay, Johnny's Milk. What was the other ones?
There was good Gazangas.
Gazangas is fun.
And there was a magazine in my neighborhood at the local convenience store called Busts, Boobs, and Bazongas. That was a real magazine.
Wow.
So you got all three in one. It was like the snap, crackle, pop of porno. Unbelievable.
What else? There's
Well, hold on. Speaking of dirty names and dirty,
speaking of slutty cereal mascots.
yeah, this is perfect because I wanted to play a game with you here today.
Finally.
And I think we could have some fun with this. Have you ever heard of the game Scattegories?
Love it.
Okay, so in Germany, as you know, they do things a little different. Like, they get pretty kinky.
Scattegories means something different over there.
Right, so they have a game, it's called Das ist ein Scattegories. And this is how they...
How'd you get a copy of this?
Well, I went over, I got it shipped over on German Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Das ist ein Scattegories, and it's sort of an X-rated version of Scattegories.
Fun.
And if you want to play a quick game, I'd love it, man. Hey, folks, I want to take a second to talk to you about Mando. Oh, my goodness. You want to be stink-free? I've been using this stuff. I play sports, and it's really nice to not be a stink bug. This is full-body deodorant. You can put it anywhere you want. It's aluminum-free. It's baking soda-free, so you don't have to feel like a muffin or a tin roof. Oh, my goodness. This stuff goes all over your body to all the parts, and it keeps you stink-free. You got to try this stuff, and I got a special offer for you. How about that? New customers to Mando get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code and link. Use the code Harland at shopmando.com. shopmando.com. And we have this Mando starter pack, which is perfect for all you new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash and deodorant wipes. Look at this, deodorant wipes, whole body odor shield. I mean, you want to feel like one of the new X-Men? When was the last time you had an odor shield? Oh, and by the way, free shipping. Hello, free shipping from Mando. So let's remember that discount code, gang, to help you get hooked on my favorite smelling whole body deodorant on the whole market. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. I'm going to say it again because it equates to over 40%, this new starter pack. Use code Harland at shopmando.com. shopmando.com. It's time to smell better naked. Your partner will thank you, and I'll thank you, because you know I can smell you from here. Let's go. Let's get nice and fresh. Let's Mando. And for those of you at home that don't know how Das ist ein Scattegories works, basically what you do, gang, is we're given a list, and you can't look at it yet.
Oh, great.
You're given a list of 12 different items. And what you do is you have to hold up this demonic Blair Witch Project demon dice. What the hell is this?
It's a Rubik's Cube and an anal bead in the same.
Yeah, ew.
Yeah, well,
And
too late. You've been cursed.
And pink-eyed. So every letter of the alphabet's on here.
Yeah, hopefully.
And you roll it, and let's say, for example, you get the letter T.
So now Adam and I have to go through the whole list of 12 items and write something that starts with T.
Great.
So let's say, for example, here it says kinds of candy. We'd have to like Tootsie Pop or Tootsie Roll.
Right, okay.
So it's a real simple game. And then the other thing is sometimes you can get extra points. Like if you get B and it says a famous woman's name, instead of Barbara, you could say Barbara Bush and get 2 points.
Twofer. I love that.
So what we can do is if you come up with something that's worth 2 points. So here's a pen.
Great.
And we're going to have a
round. Am I going to
round.
write this with my blood?
Yeah, you're going to write it with a pen. And each game takes about, we have a timer here, and it goes for about like a minute and a half.
Great. More than enough time.
And we'll roll the dice. And what list do you want to do, 7 or 8?
Let's go 8.
8. Okay, so don't look at it yet. I'll get this out of the way. This is X-rated categories. And just so they can hear what we're writing, I'm going to read the items out loud.
Love that.
You can jump to anyone you want,
Okay.
but all right. So let's get you to roll the dice on the table here. What do we got?
Mama say, mama sa, mama kusa.
Oh my God.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving
Blair
it.
Witch, Blair Witch,
feel the
Blair
rhythm,
Witch,
feel the
Blair Witch.
rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time.
Oh my God.
Crew runnings.
Ew, that one's a toughie.
K's
Yeah,
tough,
you
dude.
picked the worst letter in the alphabet.
One of the worst letters.
Yeah,
arguably.
K.
It's halfway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost in the middle.
Yeah, even if you're not playing X-rated, that's a tough one.
The KKK are the only people that love that letter
Yeah,
for categories.
yeah. Oh, F.
Great.
Okay.
Here we go.
So hang on. Let me set the timer here, folks. We got the timer, and we're going to start now. And the first item is things that are sticky. Oh, wow.
And then we'll read each other's answers,
Yeah,
right?
then we read them out. X-rated. Number 2, award ceremonies. Number 3, cars.
Great.
Cars. Number 4, spices and herbs. Whew, that's a tough one.
Number 5,
Yeah, what is
bad
it?
habits.
Oh, 6, cosmetic toiletries. 7, celebrities.
I'm actually crushing this. Number 8, cooking utensils.
Reptiles and amphibians.
Number 10 is parks.
Parks.
Parks. Number 11 is leisure activities.
Last one, things you are allergic to. Whoa. Oh, he's sweating it out. The kid's when the buzzer's about to go. Oh.
Got it in.
You got it in?
Yeah.
Is that one of your words?
Do we read each other's? Do we swap answers, or should we?
No, mine's unlegible, so we'll read our own.
Okay, great.
Things that are sticky.
Fuck fudge.
Wow, I said fart fudge. Because if you have the exact same one, it cancels out.
Gotcha.
So that's one each.
Great.
Award ceremonies.
The Frozen Fecal Awards.
Whoa. Fuck Oscars.
I'd go to those.
Cars.
The Fuck My Face Mercedes.
Wow. I had the Ford Fuckmobile. Wow. I like yours better.
Number 4.
Spices.
What'd you have?
Flap lip cinnamon.
I just had fart cinnamon.
There's going to be a lot of farts in this one.
Number 5. Bad habits.
Face farting.
Frolicking naked at Target.
Oh,
So
wow.
you got me with the 2 for on that.
Is that a bad habit, though, really?
What?
Frolicking naked at Target? That seems like a good habit to me.
Yeah, you're right. Depending on what Target you go to.
Yeah.
Some of the Targets are a little sketchy and seedy.
Yeah.
The one down on La Brea in Santa Monica,
I could see it.
there's some kidnappers there.
Yeah.
So,
You're right. You're right. 6.
cosmetic toiletries.
I said from Munda cheese.
I said fuck poo tampons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Daddy's bringing it home for dinner. Wow.
I mean, look, if you're gonna use a tampon, it's
Yeah.
either gonna be Maybelline or fuck poo or Sephora.
Fuck.
Fuck poo is it's a German brand.
Yeah, that goes over great in the 100-acre wood, too.
Celebrities.
Farrah Foss fuck.
Got it. Fred Flintstone. I forgot to make it dirty.
Okay. I'll take that point.
Also, I love that I think Fred Flintstone's a celebrity.
Yeah, right?
Come on, is he that? Would you freak out if you saw him walking down the street?
Yeah, because he's a cartoon, dude. God. What's going on in your head?
I lemon pledge
Oh,
to never say that again. Sorry. All right, number 8.
8, cooking utensils, female fork. I have no idea what that
Put
means.
frying pan for fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds better. And reptiles, amphibians.
4-inch snake with Jewish AIDS.
I said fart bear, and it's not even a.
I would pay upwards of $26 to go see Fart Bear in concert.
Yeah.
Or a movie from the producers of Cocaine Bear.
Actually, I wonder if he's ever been to the 100-acre woods to visit his brother Pooh Bear.
Fart Bear.
Bear and Pooh Bear. It's Winnie the Pooh's little brother.
You've got an animation connection. Can we get Fart Bear going?
And you got to figure who was born first. Well, the fart came before the Pooh.
Fart's the older brother.
Yeah.
Even though Pooh has the voice of a 77-year-old man.
Yeah.
But Fart's played by, I don't know, Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
You know, he's a grizzled he's maybe he is. So Pooh's younger. Pooh's like what, 30?
Yeah.
Fart's got to be at least 52.
And then there's the third brother that they don't talk about much.
third
Pinch off.
There's always 3. There's Harlan, Dewey, and Huey.
Yeah. There's Fart, Pooh, and Pinch off. Poor Pinch off. He's the special needs
Dude, yeah.
bear. Yeah.
He went to
his
school on
head's
a
a
different
little
buzz.
pointy.
His head's pointy.
Yeah.
He wore a full. Pooh didn't wear pants. They always made Pinch off wear pants.
Pinch off.
All right, Parks, number 10.
Go for it.
The fuck forest. I mean,
Oh,
pretty
wow.
easy. Do you get that too?
I had Fallopian Heights.
Go. Wow, real place.
Lost my virginity up there.
Yeah,
Twice.
That was actually twice.
Yeah.
To the same
Pooh.
Fallopian Heights. I think was on after Melrose Place.
Yeah, and right between Falcon Crest and Melrose Place was Fallopian Heights.
On tonight's season finale of Fallopian Heights. Teresa's getting back together with John. The fuck out of here. Why? She found a copy of Pinch. She cut on
Hang on,
tonight's
let me help
Fallopian Heights.
And go.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights. David,
Yes,
why is there someone else's thong in the bathroom?
because I was flossing my teeth and Carol was over here.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Wait, now I want to see the next episode.
I know.
Can we do the next episode?
We get after this last
Okay.
answer. Number 11, leisure activities.
Dr. Fauci fucking.
Oh God,
He deserves it.
he
Yeah.
does. Fuck stuff. I ran out of space.
Oh, things you're allergic to?
Friends with rabies and saggy bazoombas.
I wrote Fiona Apple's ass.
Yeah,
I don't know.
another great band name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Fiona Apple actually did the soundtrack for season 2 of Fallopian Heights.
Oh, can we hear that in that last episode?
On tonight's season finale of Fallopian Heights. Roger,
Yes,
are you fucking Denise?
I am, but I also bought her a new Jaguar. It's in the garage. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
Okay, go into the garage. What do you think? Do you like the color?
Well, purple is not my favorite color. Probably my third favorite if you would ask me what my top 3 favorite colors are. But congrats. I didn't know you had enough money to buy a purple Corvette
Well,
or Jaguar. I'm not a car guy.
that's okay. Car is a car. It's got 4 wheels and a stick shift.
Is that your Hooters outfit in the corner or Denise's?
It's mine. I used to be tight and ripe.
Are you okay?
Sorry, you know what? I went into a different language. I switched to a Japanese station.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights. Dude, I'd watch that. They break character mid-show. See, this is the show that people don't ever get to see. The actor is breaking character, apologizing mid-scene.
Right.
And then you just air it. You go, we're not going to cut around that. We're going to just show everybody
how it works.
What John Stamos really does in between takes.
Hey everybody, check out my merchandise at harbling.com. Yeah, most people just slap some letters or images on a t-shirt or a hoodie, but not me. Yours truly. Guess what? I draw my own designs. At harbling.com you can see tons of my hand-drawn t-shirts. You can either buy the original or you can buy a print. And man, oh man, wear them loud and proud. I love making these designs for you guys and keeping it personal. So check out the whole catalog. We got hoodies, we got coffee mugs, we got t-shirts, you name it, it's there at harbling.com. Get your Harland original design, wearable art at harbling.com today. And thank you for your support. And I'll just keep the groovy images coming.
Have you ever met John Stamos?
Once.
Talk to me, guy. Here we go.
Laugh-
Show just started.
Laugh Factory, backstage. He's walking out. I think he went to go see, I don't know who he went to go see.
Yeah.
Somebody. Oh, he was on the show. It was a Kevin Nealon new material interview night.
Oh, really?
And Stamos was on it. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago.
And was he as handsome in real life?
He was handsome. He was handsome, and he was charming, and it was real quick. He walked by and just kind of gave me a, hey, man. And I've gotten a few of those walk by hey, mans. And the best I've ever gotten, because it shook me to my core, was your boy Jim Carrey walking through the Comedy Store. Ooh. I think he was scouting talent for I'm Dying Up Here, that Showtime show. And he was going to see Roast Battle upstairs. And he walks through, and Adam Egget walks him through. And I'm in the back bar of the Comedy Store, and he just walks through. You're never expecting. If Chappelle comes through the Comedy Store, you're like, awesome. It still can be alarming and disorienting because he's Chappelle, but he does stand up, so it's not crazy that he'd be there.
Yeah.
There's no reason for Jim Carrey to be. I don't think he'd been there in, I'm willing to say 25 years. Wow. He walks through, and he is, as we've talked about, like Ace Ventura, which, you were around him to see that fucking star rise, and the moment his life turned. That movie didn't start comedy for me, but it was I found out this when I was on Rogan's podcast a few months ago, that I was like, why did that shake me so much? And I go, because Jim walks through and Adam goes, oh, this is Jim Carrey. Adam, this is Jim Carrey. And I look at him, and he goes, hey, man. And I go, hey. I couldn't get anything out. Yeah. And he kept walking. Adam goes, nice one, man. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And then, I put together that when I was, a bigger kid and started to kind of make my friends laugh, one of the first ways to do it was like memorizing these long monologues from Ace Ventura, which is to this day in my top 3 favorite movies of all time. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. And I've probably seen it 500,000. My sister and I watched it nonstop, and I would memorize, because he had a lot of long monologues in there. What do you know about Ray Finkel? Soccer style kicker, graduated from Collier High, June 1970. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a bunch of those.
And he did it all in one breath.
Yeah, dude.
That was the whole joke and by his last line is, and she goes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And he got it all.
One hell of a model American,
It's so innovative.
And then the whole speech when they're like, hey, don't worry about Ventura. We'll find the dolphin. And he goes, whew. Good. Well, my job's done. Although that might not do any good because we're not looking for a dolphin or a porpoise. It's a dolphin that's been. Oh yeah, she goes, we'll find the porpoise. And he goes, It's not a porpoise. It's a dolphin that's been taken. The common harbor porpoise has an abrupt snout, pointed teeth, and a triangular thoracic fin, while the bottlenose dolphin, or Tursiops truncatus, has an elongated beak, round cone-shaped teeth, and a serrated dorsal appendage. But I'm sure you already knew that. That's what turns me on about you. Your attention to detail. Wow, I haven't done that since, dude. I fucking
Hold on.
yeah. I lemon pledged to never do that on any other podcast. Wild, right? I haven't done that since.
Oh, dude,
that was
you
fucking
nailed it.
1994.
You nailed it.
So I would do that shit on
Just
the bus.
the fact you remembered all the lines. That was impressive enough, let alone doing the character.
Totally. I would do that on the back of the bus,
Yeah.
going to Lake Forest Park Elementary, and my buddies, and then kids that I didn't know would laugh. And
Yeah.
this is when I started to turn when the kids that were teasing me for being sharing a bra with my mom. I wasn't fat kid, I was funny kid.
Yeah, just to go back real quick, you shared what with your mom?
Bolognese, carpool,
Three letters.
the things that hold your bazoomas up, things you do at a picnic, things you bring to a picnic, potato salad. Oh,
Bra. What's up, bra?
oh man,
I pledged to never do that again. I lemon pledged.
the
to never
worst
do that.
heckle from like an older classman, like noticing that I'm a fat kid with like chubby bubbies up here.
Yeah.
What's up, brah?
Oh, wow.
Oof, wow, yeah,
That's a good one
that's
now.
a good dig. Yeah,
We might have created a heckle that fat kids everywhere are going to hate us now.
Oof, yeah.
Has that ever been done before? What's up, brah?
oof.
Did we just
Oh,
make that up right now?
We did, yeah.
I mean, that's a good one.
Don't
If
pull us
you're
into
the
this,
school
but,
bully,
if you're looking for some
Yeah.
sort of a real jab on a Monday morning.
if you're a school bully, we just gave you a diamond. If you're a school fatty, you might as well get the razor blade started right now.
God, no.
I mean, this is the way it works, guys.
no.
Yeah. What's up, brah? Wow.
Happy early Halloween, by the way.
No thanks, I'm busy. God, guy does a trick or treat on me out of nowhere. Wait, you didn't finish your story.
So anyway, so I would
Jeez.
so the gym. So
Guy goes from a story into a national holiday for no reason at all. It's like in the middle. Yeah, so I was at my dad's house. Oh, a Merry Christmas, by the way. Okay. Google not Earth.
That is a great character. Yeah. And so I'm down there and I'm fishing and I'm realizing I'm not going to get a fish. Oh, happy early Arbor Day, by the way. I'm realizing I'm not going to get a fish. Yeah. So let's just go home. Yeah. Eat the worms ourselves. Why should the fish get all the worms? Happy early Flag Day, by the way. Yeah. That's a psycho. Table for one.
Yeah.
So Jim walks through the Comedy Store. I fucking freeze up and I realize, because this is why I came to this revelation.
Yeah.
That again, making friends laugh on the bus at school, people started being like, "Do the Ace Ventura thing," because who the fuck is doing that?
Yeah, right.
Who's memorizing these giant monologues and performing them? And the movie, and that was a movie of our time. Like everybody, you loved it.
Yeah.
So here I'm doing it, and not only again changing the way people looked at me, and it made me feel good too because it was like I'm making people laugh.
Yeah.
And I go without really laying down on a couch to figure that out. I was like, that's when I think I want to keep chasing that feeling of making people laugh in comedy.
Oh, wow.
So Jim is
Big influence, yeah.
enormous. So then I was like, I've been around famous people before. I know fucking Harland Williams. I've seen Judge Judy at the bus stop. Like I've seen, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been, but I could not.
He's another level.
Okay. So thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean, all that was there that I just didn't even put together.
Yeah.
And people kept saying he's going to stick around, and he did stick around. I saw these pictures the next night. He was telling stories in the parking lot. I left, dude. I was like, I can't be around. I just, as much as I wanted to fucking be there and say, I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have said thanks for, I wouldn't do that. But,
it's weird.
But
you
I
want to, but
I kind of want to
can't.
keep it like that, dude.
He's, of all the guys that I've experienced too, he was a very tough guy to be around, and I was around him a lot. I mean, I opened for him. I did movies with him.
So cool.
He used to call me, and I was so nervous to be around him. He'd call me at home sometimes. He'd go, when he's doing In Living Color, he'd go, come on down, hang out at the set, come on down. And I'd be like, yeah, and I wouldn't go. Wow. I was so sort of intimidated, and one night he calls me, he goes, yeah, I'm going to Nicolas Cage's birthday party. Come on over, and let's go. And I didn't go. Like all this stuff, looking back, I should have done because I realized he was trying to forge a deeper relationship with me.
Yeah.
And what he can't know is I was so intimidated because there's something about Jim. There's stars, but Jim also has his aura about him where it's really big and it's intimidating. he's not intimidating, but that aura is a bit intimidating.
1000%.
So I was a little like off my game around him, and it's not a bad thing. It's sort of magical in a way, but I know exactly what you mean because I went through it and I was with him a lot. And even when I was with him, I was always a little off my game because I was just like, oh man, it's Jim. And Jim's a guy, he's always experimenting, right? Whenever I was with him, he was never just sitting still and quiet. He's always like running a bit or experimenting with an idea or a character. And it never, so you're always like, just kind of like, what's coming next from Jim,
Right.
you know?
Right. Was he on? Did you feel like you had to be on around him, or was it?
He was when I was around him, he was almost always on. Like even if there was a quiet moment, you knew any second that something was like the thunder was going to come.
Yeah.
And you'd just be, I remember being in a hotel with him one night. We did a show in El Paso, Texas. And after the show, we go to his room, we're eating dessert. We ordered room service, and it was a fairly normal, like, dinner conversation. And we're just sitting there. We get to dessert. We're eating cheesecake. And all of a sudden he just looks at me and he goes, I can cry on demand. And before I could even answer, he just turned away, looked back, and there was real tears coming down his face.
Wow.
And this is the stuff you do. It just like it was intense.
Yeah.
There was an intensity. Yeah. And then there was another, I think it was the same meal. We were eating dinner. And he just goes, how about a show like Mr. Rogers, but it's in Vietnam? And he gets from the table, he runs behind the couch, and he's like, and he's doing this from behind. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to eat my catfish. And now I'm in Vietnam with Mr. Rogers. Like,
there's worse places you could be.
That's true. Could be in Bakersfield now, or in Fallopian Crest.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Hi, Donnie. I found these underwear under the bed. Whose are they?
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
But yeah, it was fascinating to be around him. So awesome. I totally get what you mean.
Yeah, just threw me off. That was, probably the only time I've really been truly tongue-tied. As far as I couldn't even, there's times where you go, I wish I would have said something better. I was in a social circle and the conversation shifted in my direction and I didn't really add. I really took away because everyone was like, dude, who's the fucking, you said something or you added a joke. I remember my first TV job I ever did was According to Jim, the Jim Belushi sitcom. And Henry Winkler, his son, Max, who's a director now, was in my fraternity at USC, and Henry came down one time and I ended up meeting him and interning for him on Hollywood Squares. And then he's like, anytime you got advice about the business after you graduate, let me know. So we kept in touch for a bit, still talk to this day. And he's like, I'm going to shoot According to Jim, and I'm driving. I get a voicemail from him. He goes, Adam, Henry here. Treat Mr. Belushi like an emperor. You're not there to fill space. They hired Adam Ray because they want Adam Ray. They need Adam Ray. They love Adam Ray. All the best. Yeah. Hangs up. I'm like, all right, cool. He goes, if you think of something funny, say it. You're not there to fill space. Throw stuff out. So live taping, sitting there trying to rewrite one of the jokes, and everyone's standing around, producers, writers, cast, everyone's kind of hung over. I'm standing off there. I got 3 scenes on the season premiere guest star, decent sized part. And I'm leaning over and I just hear Henry in my head going, if you think of something, say something. So wish I could remember the joke, but it was like I was supposed to come in with these water jugs. I was the Sparklets water guy. Yeah. So I was like, maybe... And the line that Jim Belushi says as I walk in is like, nice jugs, Brad. And I go, works every time, Jim. Where do you want me to put these? I'm like this nice Christian guy. And I think I pitched some joke and everyone just turned to me and looked. I just like, I spoke up, this big room, live, everyone's waiting, warm-up guys behind me being like, let's get a dad dance off. Who wants some chips, And then I say my joke and everyone just turns and then turns back like almost like it like, who's that guy? And then just kept moving. And I hear Henry in my head go, swing and a miss. And then I hit up Henry later and he goes, how'd it go? And I go, taping was awesome. Ended up going great. Surreal experience. And I go, I pitched a joke and it bombed. He goes, well, it's got to be funny. Hey.
That is so funny. So I had the exact opposite experience with Henry. So I did a sitcom in the 90s called Simon.
I remember that.
I played Simon and Jason Bateman played my brother.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was my starring sitcom. And the final episode, they brought Henry Winkler in to direct. That was like the
Yes.
big, we got.
Oh, yeah, he directed
he's-
Cop and a Half, and he directed, a bunch of
So
stuff.
he was directing, and, you know, I was known for my improv. You know, that's one of the things I do is I improvise lines. I come up with stuff. That was one of the things I did the whole season on Simon. And so I was like, oh, Henry's here. And I met him. He goes, Harland, how are you? Like, he's very soft-spoken. And,
Oh, no.
and so I thought he kind of knew about
What
me
he was coming
and
into.
the show. Yeah. So the day we go to shoot, like I would never improvise until the day we actually shot. We'd rehearse all week and then we'd shoot Friday afternoon. And I remember I started doing my improvising, and he was the only director that did. He walked up to me and he goes, let's knock off the improvising. That's not working. Let's not do that. And I was like, sort of mortified and a little bit mad and a little bit like, dude,
This is
like
my home.
yeah,
my
it
house.
was a bit weird. But he told me to knock it off, and it was really weird. I don't think he was being malicious, but I think he was being a bit of a control freak.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
then cut to like years later, Henry and I, this is how weird Hollywood, and years later, Henry and I end up just south of Alaska, out on the ocean.
I saw that picture.
Salmon fishing.
Yes.
We went deep sea salmon fishing together.
Together.
I'll run a little clip
You
of it.
have
It's
to.
hilarious.
Yeah,
But,
dude.
and we had the best time. We never even talked about Simon. I don't think he knew that he was
Done
sort of
so much
stepping
stuff.
on my groove.
No.
But he's the nicest guy.
His
and we-
intentions are genuine. So
Right.
you know, it was probably, you're right. It was a controlled thing, or maybe he just was like, in a weird way, maybe he didn't even say it. Maybe he's like, you're great with saying the lines. Let's just do
Yeah.
that while I'm here. But I hear you. But it would have behooved him to maybe like know that like you're shooting from the hip and that's adding to the show, right?
Yeah.
But wait, so you deep sea bass, you deep throated
We went fishing for salmon together. Wow. Me and Henry. Yeah, it was just wild. And we turned the whole thing into like a comedy fishing show. And we were ad-libbing like crazy. That's the funny thing. He got to
You
see
should have
me
been like,
ad-libbing.
hey,
I should have gone, hey, Henry, that's the fish don't like talking. Let's clam it up there, scallop face. You know what I mean? Like that's the
Wow.
irony of it. But
I would watch a fishing show with you too.
yeah,
I don't think I'd watch any fishing show, but if it was just, here's the thing, because it's just, the fishing is the backdrop for whoever the people are to be entertaining.
You know what? I'll find a clip and I'll run it. I'll run it on the podcast here. It was really funny. Yeah.
Welcome to the 3H show. Henry Harland Fishing Hour.
Hi, Henry. How you doing?
How do you do, Harlan? It's nice to see you again.
too.
Out here on the water. It's only a half an hour show, but it sounds more prestigious when we say hour.
Yeah, 60 minutes.
We're going to teach you how to fish.
Yeah. What are we going for today, Henry?
Well, today we're going to go for some Chinook.
What'd you call me?
No, not you.
Oh.
The fish.
Okay.
Harlan, look at this. You're on a fishing show. You got a fish.
I got one.
This
Let
is
him run a
amazing.
bit. Here we go. Bringing him over.
Look at that fin. Looks like
Yeah.
a shark.
Bringing him over.
Oh, look at him. He's beautiful.
All right.
Okay, look at you. Harlan,
All right.
I didn't know you could actually do this on a fishing
We got
show.
one, kids. There
And
we
show
go.
right to the camera. Hold it out a little bit.
We got
Hold
us
it out a
a
little.
coho.
Isn't that great? Now, how long
Salmon
have you
right
been
there.
fishing?
I've been fishing about 45 years.
And it's his first
My
fish.
first coho.
There you go.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I'm gonna miss that little fella.
Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. That's what we do. That's what me and Henry do. Other fishing shows, you get diddly. We
That's
bring
right.
home the gold.
That's why they call it the Henry and
Harland,
Hour of.
half-hour fishing.
Here you go.
Good work, Henry. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ride him, cowboy. Ah, hoo-hoo. Henry, nice. Woo. Atta boy. We got her. So it's all about here in the Henry and Harland fishing half-hour.
Oh my goodness.
There you
Huh?
go, buddy.
Wow.
See how much that sucker weighs.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to turn him. I want to turn him. Oh my goodness. Oh, get my camera. Oh, please.
What do we got here, Henry?
Oh, wow. We
Oh.
got. Oh,
What is it?
what is it? Oh, 40 pounds?
Beauty.
Okay, we're gonna put you back.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you back. I promise you. Okay, you ready?
There we go.
Okay. Okay.
Woohoo!
There you go.
Henry Winkler, ladies and gentlemen. 40-pound Frehi Taihi. 40-pound Taihi.
Oh
right
my
here,
God.
British Columbia on the
Okay.
water. How's it feel, buddy?
I am over the moon. My partner, Harland, and a monster fish. That was the biggest fish I've ever caught in my life.
Woo!
Wow.
Let's get out there, folks, and get us another, right, Henry?
Okay, right after I have some soup.
So speaking of Jim Carrey and committing to comedy,
Yes.
like talk about, that's one thing I learned about Jim. A valuable lesson I learned from Jim is when you convict to something, when you believe in a comedy beat, ride it. Don't care what anyone says. And I'll tell you a quick story. I was with Jim the night Ace Ventura came out.
Yeah.
And we were at a restaurant in Chicago. We were all sitting there, me, Jim, our bunch of our managers, and one of our managers read the review for Ace Ventura.
And it was not favorable, right?
Basically, he read it, and Siskel and Ebert said, this is the worst movie ever made.
Oh, God.
And this is what Jim did. You want to see what he did? And it stayed with me my whole career. I don't think he even knows how much impact. This is all he did. He went like this. He went, just say this is the worst movie ever made.
Ace Ventura is the worst movie ever made.
Fuck them. I made some strong comedy choices. That's what he said.
Wow.
I made some strong, you see it in the movie.
Oh my
just
God.
the thing he
Every
did with
scene.
every scene,
Harland,
he did stuff
sticking
you've
his head
never
out the
seen.
window.
Yeah.
I mean, kicking the package on the way. I mean, he took physical comedy to a place it's never been.
Right, and that's all strong comedy choices. And when I saw that, I already believed in that. Yeah. I subscribed to that. Like I had always done that, taken chances. But I went to the premiere he invited me to the premiere of Ace Ventura. I was there.
How was it received in the theater?
Here's the thing. Usually it was full of industry people. It was here in Hollywood. It was in Westwood.
Oh my God.
All industry people, which are really historically hard to make laugh. Because they're in the industry, they've seen it all, they've done it all,
and they're not jaded and bitter, but they're almost like looking to, especially if it's not there, they're not tied to it. They're almost like, whoa. There's just a weird, like looking down, like, oh, you think you're so, like, you think this is going to be the one, like, you
he's
think
not my client. I hope it fails.
They're almost looking for to hate on it.
Yeah, it's very tough to make an industry crowd laugh. And so I was sitting there, and I took my buddy with me, and it started with the package being kicked down the sidewalk, and I'm telling you, dude, it was eruptive laughter all the way through.
Holy shit!
All the way through at an industry screening. It rocked. I think it was probably one of the biggest comedies. People were laughing nonstop.
Yeah.
And
every scene.
It was great, and that's why also when they read that review, I was just like, these guys are wrong. And Jim knew it, but Jim saying that really solidified and left an imprint on me that never back down, just go for the comedy, go for it. And so this segues into what I want to talk to you about, because he commits to his characters so well. You're in a world right now where you've created a gallery of characters that you are committing to so great. You're having really great success with Dr. Phil and what's the old lady character? Elaine, the old lady character. And you have this new one that's sort of like
Jeremy,
a nerd.
nerdy character. Yeah.
Like you're creating a gallery of characters. So talk to me what your process is and what's your commitment and dedication to those characters.
Man, I've always, and Living Color was my SNL. It was from an early age. I remember being in kindergarten, and I went to some daycare situation, and they had a trunk of jackets and hats and like wigs even. And I was like, I was one of maybe the only kids that was like, oh hell yeah, play pretend,
Playtime.
Playtime, and maybe if you're the kids, and I remember there's pictures of me like these big coats, pretending to whatever, be an adult, being like, my wife needs to make the dinner, or I'm out of here, whatever.
Sounds like an early episode of Falcon Crest to me, but whatever.
Tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Fallopian Heights, yeah, that was it.
Falcon Crest is on at midnight.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
and so I always liked to play pretend, really, and that's just like why I'm in this business. And then as I got on, it's like, stand up and finding your voice on stage was always fun. And I like being the version of me I found on stage, but I just always liked to, because guys like Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, I just was always it looks so fun to be able to,
and it is fun.
Yeah. And once I saw Mrs. Doubtfire, I went and saw, coincidentally, 2 weeks after my folks had split. And if you see the trailer for Mrs. Doubtfire, it looks like a classic Robin Williams bangarang comedy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just, hello, it was a run by fruiting. Little did I know the opening scene was Sally Field being like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
We're done. I don't love you anymore. And I'm sitting there like holding back tears like I saw the same fight 3 months ago. And my buddy's like, are you crying? And I'm like, it's just so funny. And so
had Simply Red on yourself.
Yeah. So, but I remember seeing Robin Williams doing that, and I was like, oh, what a great, and to be able to convince people that and it just looked fun. Truly, there's nothing crazier in my mind other than like, that looks fun.
Yeah.
And then I get older, and it's like you see Nutty Professor and the dinner scene, and I'm just like, and then again Jim and all these characters, and Man on the Moon, and Lemony Snicket, and just everything, and it just seems fun. And I, as I got into the business, I had reps, not everyone saying like, you're a leading man, don't do characters, but quite a few telling me like, that's not your path, or I don't think your characters are worthy. SNL was something that was really at the top of my list, and I'd always put together these tapes, and then I don't think that's your strong suit. Just stick to regular acting. So you just listen to that because you're like, I guess they know, they're the pros. And then the actor strike hit, and even before that, I was like, all right, if I could make like my own show, what would that be? Like if I could just invest in myself right now, put money into it. And so I have Elaine, Jeremy, and this other character, this kind of heavy-set hairstylist. And it was a dysfunctional family, the show was, where I played three of the characters. The dad, Jeremy's dad, who left his mom and became a gay hairstylist. Elaine, who's his grandma on a medium. And then Jeremy's the main kid that we follow. And so 3 days of, all the makeup and prosthetics, got some favors, locations, put it together. It's on my YouTube. It's called Jeremy. And that served as something. It was fun to kind of create from the ground up, which is the best part of this biz, where it's like, it's so easy to forget that like, you don't just have to get into the monotony of podcast, stand-up, whatever. You're a great example of this. You're always throwing darts. You're always trying to create a new thing. What you have your wits about you to be able to have a fucking blank canvas, whatever. And so even with the Dr. Phil thing, it was like, I always had this idea of I wanted to do a live show. I love doing stand-up on stage, but I love being on stage. And I love that's why after doing, a theater school, I started doing stand-up because I was like, I want to keep being on stage. I love the live fix, but I want some more of like the back and forth, You can't replace that. And so then I was like, a live show with a character, just something different. I need to challenge myself. I was losing some of the joy of what we're doing by getting into the monotony of it.
I was like,
I need a challenge. I need to like challenge myself, but also do something different.
Fire yourself up.
Fire myself up.
That's important, man. You have to listen to that voice.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so I'd always kind of wanted to do it. And like many people, which is understandable, you find reasons to talk yourself out of it. Time, money, the fear of like doing it. I knew I wanted to do it at the Comedy Store because I like the room and it's comfy, but it's good also room, the main room is like, can be intimidating. And I'm like, the staff, the comics, everyone has that fear, whether they acknowledge it or not, of like your peers being like, what is he doing? You know what I'm saying? But you just got to go.
You didn't care. That's what I love.
I didn't give a fuck.
That was what I call a strong comedy choice.
Oh,
so
cool.
good for you.
I love you. And I had our buddy Billy Burr, locked in. I was doing these Adam Ray and Friends shows that you would do all the time.
Yeah.
And I just was like, man. And then more and more people started doing and Friend shows. And I was like, man, I feel like I'm just doing what everybody's doing.
Yeah, in a way you were at that point. Yeah.
So then it was like, all right, what else? What can I do? What can I bring to the table?
Yeah.
And I go, well, but here's a better time. I'm really feeling frustrated with myself. So Burr had to cancel on a show. And he goes, I'll do the next one, whatever date it is. So I knew I had him. So I go, what better way to kind of launch it off and pack the room out and really get a good try. I know he's down to clown, and so our first one was with him, and it was just so fun, dude.
Took off.
No script. I had an outline of like at least a structure of a show. Like we'll have this piece. We'll have some fake commercials. We'll do this, and then let the good times roll. And it was awesome. And then you go, all right, well, now let me call on more funny buddies I got to come play. Yeah. That's all it is, just to come a big playground to come play. And now you've done it a couple times and are about to do it a few more. I mean, it's like, it's just so.
It's a laugh. Yeah.
It's fun, man. And it's fun, too, because it feels like something that is mine, right?
Yeah.
Like that, because I think everyone can attest to this. You're looking for something that created from the ground up that not whether or not people flock to it and make and it becomes a successful thing, or people, fortunately it's been a thing where, people that I know or even don't know and throw Hail Marys at want to come fuck around because they're like, yeah, I've seen it. It looks fun. I want to come. I create a space that's like,
it is fun,
in a world where comedians and people, actors it seems, similar to like, oh yeah, I've sat it. It's got a talk show vibe. And you're like, cool, if that's how you equate it, then yeah, but then it's going to be way looser and not, you can be more you than you would on those because, but it's still a space to have fun. And I'm in the driver's seat, but it's very give and take.
Oh yeah.
And it's what you and I
don't know
love.
what's going to happen. Yeah.
And it's what you and I love the most, which is just like getting to like riff.
Yeah.
But riff is such a loose term. I feel like sometimes when people are like, you'll go in for an audition, and then go ahead and just riff around and play around. It's like, there's so much listening involved.
It's also what a dog with throat cancer does. But,
is riff?
Yeah, they can't rough.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Hey, the dog's out in the garden again. Something's wrong with his voice.
Check his dick. On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Well, buddy,
Harland, I got to give you credit though, because I've told you this before. I always a fan, and then when I got to know you at Laughs, when I knew Dave Dennison, who had Laughs, and you were headlining out there, and I'd met you briefly in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then I saw you were going to be up at Laughs, and I hit up Dave and said, can I host that weekend? I'll fly myself up, stay with my folks.
Right.
He's like, cool, I'll give you $5 a show. And so he's like, you can stay at my house. I go, I'll stay with my folks. And then I hosted the weekend and got to know you, but got to watch your brilliant crowd work, interactions, the listening, all of that. And I remember I had just kind of started fucking around with crowd work.
Yeah.
Which on a larger scale has fused into everything I'm doing, because the Phil show is entirely unscripted.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
no way to do that without having a astute level of listening, but then also trusting yourself. And that all came from years of crowd work. And that all came from really seeing you live up and close doing it. And then we sat down and had some port, your favorite dessert wine.
Yeah.
And I, picked your brain and you're like, stop talking to me. And I'm like, I'm on the show. And you're like, security. And some Hooters waitress came over and fucking gave me the left bazunga. And you gave me a tutorial in a very casual way of how, listening was a big part. Take your time, be patient, like gather info. You don't have to but listening was what you really harped on, but it was like, you kind of simplified it for me as far as, you don't need to, be funny right away every time. Like trust yourself to gather some info.
That's right.
And build a moment,
That's right.
And so, that's, again, you got to then get reps on reps. You can't just apply that the next set and know it's going to go well. But so in a way, like I was, giving Jim credit for whatever, that was all very integral as far as me starting to get more confident with crowd work. And all that has bled into this. And that's entirely not a fabricated connection. So God bless you.
Oh, buddy, thank you.
Love you,
well,
bud. Yeah.
If anything I did or said rubbed off on anybody and helped them, that's great.
It rubbed off on tonight's Fallopian Hypes.
What are you doing in the garage, Tommy?
What do you think on tonight's Fallopian Hypes? This show sucks.
You know they're watching this show down at the sperm clinic on a loop, right?
It's all they have.
Fallopian Heights.
It's their Charles in charge.
Buddy, well, on a closing note, way to go. Way to commit to doing something different. That's the takeaway, I would say for any comedian working, because it's not like you just started. You've been doing this for years, and you said, you know what, I'm going to switch this gear.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a message to all entertainers, comedians, never be afraid to step through another door and experiment and believe in yourself and just go for it.
Dude, you know best. And like throw darts but commitment is key, and then consistency. But yeah, having that I was listening to too many outside voices for a bit, and then you just got to trust, you're the one doing it. So, and you get one shot at it. So you might as well fucking go for it. Cause if it doesn't work, oh, well, on to the next thing. The amount of things I can say that I thought were going to pan out, or that I was like, this will be the thing. And then,
I'd rather die on my own sword than someone else's sword. Like if some guy or producer or agent says, do this, and then it fails, you spend the rest of your life going, I should have listened to my own instinct.
Totally.
And even if your instinct maybe is wrong, it's always right, but sometimes it doesn't succeed. So you've got to take that sword and go, okay, it was my instinct. To me, it was right. It didn't pan out to be right in the bigger picture, but at least, it was my Harry Carey. You know what I mean? So it's like...
We'll be right back. Tonight's Fallopian Heights.
I found Harry Carey hiding behind the car in the garage, Steve. What's going on?
That makes two of us.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Buddy, as you know, God, we're both getting canceled by me. I'm canceling us.
Okay.
Last thing, this words from a wooden shoe. We pull a random word out of the wooden shoe, and you... tell us if there's a story from your journey.
Having Arby's flashbacks.
From you, a friend, a family member, somewhere. If it triggers a point in time in your life that you can share with my 12 listeners.
Throwing food.
Oh, here we go. Ooh. Wow, throwing food. I think everybody's done it, whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult. We've all, at some point, probably thrown food.
I remember... the first food fight I ever saw live was 8th grade, Kellogg Middle School.
Oh, it's got to be a food fight at a school run by people who make cereal.
And our mascot was the Trix Rabbit.
Oh, wow.
And there was a girl, I'm not going to say her full name, Diana was her name.
First name Dirty?
Yeah.
Prince used to sing about her.
Well, it got dirty because she got meatloaf, mayonnaise, you name it, on her. And that shirt came off. And let's just say there were some fun bags that even the principal came in off of his fucking break. It was a classic food fight. It started small at 2 tables, and it grew not to a Matilda style, everyone's throwing, and that's a deep cut reference. In Matilda, with Danny DeVito, there's a food fight scene and it's great. And the head maitre d' comes in and she's like, Matilda, and they zoom in on her face and then Matilda's like, and then her the maitre d' grows a mustache and an extra clit or something. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so
I think we just did.
But the food fight happens. 2 tables spread to at least 4 or 5, and it was a sizable midweek food fight.
Animal House.
And Diana got quite a bit of shit on her, and something hit. And I don't even know why. And, God bless her. She might have been looking to rip it off. Who knows? She, didn't mind the attention. But it was covered. And she had, she was at a bra underneath. But that.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't resist. You laid it up. Had to do a what's up, bro. Go ahead.
That was good, dude.
Go ahead.
Food. Yeah. I want to say a meat. She had a lot of stuff on her, and then that was what we all tried to, Crime Dog McGruff later was like, who threw the food first, and did they throw it at Diana because they know she'd take her shirt off? Like that was everyone was trying to conspire, and
So she was so stained up, she ripped her shirt off.
yeah, not Hulk style. Yeah, she wasn't a fucking He-Man villain, but she just pulled it up and over like she was a Baywatch,
Yeah.
Baywatch babe.
So the net result, the math equation is here: throw meatloaf, get meatloaf. Yeah, I like it.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Let's do the final episode of Fallopian Heights
Great.
before we go.
On tonight's season finale of Fallopian Heights.
I found some meatloaf in the garage, Donnie.
Prove it.
Make me.
Dear God, what are those?
Mary Callender's $4.99, and the left one's Cracker Barrel.
You said you got fired.
On tonight's Fallopian 2.
Rhode Heights. Rob Lowe guest stars on tonight's Fallopian Heights. BYO butter.
Buddy, great to have you here, man. Continued success.
Always a treat.
Can I say one thing before we go, though?
No, we're good. But thanks for having me. This has been a treat, a trick or treat. No, go ahead, R.
You sure?
Yeah, please.
I don't want to get too sentimental.
Please.
Coconut.
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 Coconut
Pie.
pie.
Coconut. Coconut. Coconut pie. On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Folks, give it up for Adam Ray. Buddy, anything you want to plug before we go? Your podcasts, your upcoming shows, Dr. Phil? let
Dr.
it rip.
Phil. Thank you, brother. We got a Dr. Phil live tour up and on sale. Philly, D.C., Arizona, San Diego, New York. That's October 25th, 26th, November 15th, December 6th, and 7th. Most of those shows are pretty much sold out. But 2025 is on sale now and selling like flapjacks and hotcakes.
Wow.
AdamRayComedy.com. We got Dallas, Austin, Atlanta, Nashville, Vegas, San Francisco, Boston. AdamRayComedy.com. This is the Dr. Phil Live Tour. You will be seeing Harland on at least one of these shows.
Maybe.
It's going to be Bangarang, Lost Boys City, and a lot of fun to be had. And, of course, all the Dr. Phil Live shows are at youtube.com/AdamRayComedy. A big announcement on the Phil front coming soon. Ooh. You can see my comedy special, like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/AdamRayComedy. I'm doing a fully improvised live stream show at Comedy on State in Madison, Wisconsin, where I did my special.
Wow.
That's October 30th. Tickets at adamray.live. And, of course, the About Last Night podcast. And then follow me outside of the IHOP if you see me eating a strawberry wake and bake shake.
Holding back the tears.
Waiting for the deers.
No.
On tonight's Fallopian Heights.
Folks, Adam Ray right here on the Harland Highway podcast. Thanks for being here, everybody. Buddy, thank you.
All good.
And until next time, everyone, chicken chow mein, baby. On tonight's
Fallopian Heights.
And we're out.
Hey everybody, how would you like your very own personal video message from me, yours truly? It's your birthday, it's your anniversary, it's your graduation, or you just want me to make you laugh? You get to pick the topic you want me to discuss, give me some talking points, and off we go. You can get it for yourself or get it for a friend. It's super easy and fun. Just go to the Cameo app on your phone or to cameo.com. And I record a custom video made just for you or your loved one. Your very own personalized Harland.